3 times Seohyun's plans went wrong in episodes 3 to 4 of The First Night with the Duke. Things are moving at full speed for Seohyun's son Chaek, Girls' Generation Seohyun, in The First Night with the Duke. After transmigrating into the fantasy world of her favorite web novel, it didn't take long for her to get used to her new life as a rich side character, but she never thought she would suddenly become the new female lead. In this week's episodes, Sun Chaek puts in all her effort to get things back on track. However, the story may have taken a definite path that will continue to put her in the spotlight. Here are all the moments that took a twist for Sun Chaek in episodes 3 and 4. Warning: spoilers from episodes 3 to 4 ahead. 1. Trying to make Yi Byeon and Jo Eun-ae come together. As a diehard fan of their love story, Sun Chaek's most urgent wish is to finally bring Yi Byeon, 2PM's Taeseon, and Jo Eun-ae, Kwon Hun's soul, together. She puts to work all her resources in order to make their first encounter happen so the story can go back to its original course, something any transmigrator would do. She even gets Jung Seoghyum's, Seo Bum-jun, help and signs them up to his social club, where she puts her cocktail-making abilities to play. Nonetheless, things quickly go downhill as Yi Byeon blatantly ignores Eun-ae and, in a display of humorous fidelity, he even lets her fall into a pond to avoid any contact with her. At this point, Sun Chaek not only is desperate, but she is positively losing her mind out of frustration. Although she has accepted her transmigration rather easily, something we appreciate from her easygoing personality, deep down, she still sees the characters as a product of fiction. Unable to differentiate the original story from the reality she is living in, she can only resent Yi Byeon for his relentless determination to make her his female lead. And by the time Sun Chaek discovers Seoghyum is in love with Eun-ae, we know the plot has definitely changed for good. 2. Avoiding Yi Byeon's marriage proposal. But Sun Chaek isn't the only one desperately trying to make her plans work. Yi Byeon is also plotting to make sure his future marriage will happen one way or another, especially after the royal family's intermission. But that isn't as meaningful as what we learn about his heartbreaking past and how he came to be the king's hunting dog. It shows us so much more about the depth of his character and his feelings, giving us a fuller perspective. He not only has been widely misunderstood all his life, but he also has been through a lot of pain since his childhood. By holding on to Sun Chaek, he is finally seeing a light in his life of darkness. So, it doesn't matter that much to him that she continuously runs away or pushes him into the arms of another woman. As far as he is concerned, he is pretty much her husband already. And he makes it clear during the club reunion that he will marry Sun Chaek no matter what, for there's no one better for him than her. However, her parents aren't as easily convinced by his resolution. In an unexpected turn of events, they refuse to give their consent for their marriage, taking us back to square one. But fear not, because things are barely beginning. 3. Trying not to fall in love with Yi Byeon. Since Sun Chaek suffered a great deal due to false rumors and misunderstandings in her previous life, you can't blame her for trying to avoid repeating the same mistakes in this one at all cost. Her actions come merely from her fears, not from her heart. But fortunately, despite her constant rejection of Yi Byeon's advances, her walls start to crumble little by little due to his kindness and devotion to her. Who wouldn't fall for a man willing to risk his life more than once for you? However, following the logic of all fantasy stories, now is when the villainess starts to plot against the female lead. And sure enough, when Sun Chaek gets badly sick, the villainess takes advantage to instigate a selection process for Yi Byeon's wife. Luckily, the power of the male lead takes the reins, and he nurses Sun Chaek back to health, forbidding her to let go of him from now on in one romantic and touching scene. Ready to admit her feelings and true wishes, our heroine rushes to the selection process to win her place as his future bride, something we cannot wait to see in the next episodes of this show.